Okay, what's up, guys? We're back. Took a long break. Went to the gym. Um, ate. Did some straightening up. Took care of some, little stuff I needed to do. And we're jumping back in 242. And let's see what we can get done here. We were working on replacing eval instances with regular if, elif, etc. logic to improve the performance because eval is 1,000 times slower. Never use eval. Alright, so that's where we stopped, and alright, so let's right here. So we're going to Control Shift F, eval, it's already there, hit enter, and this is going to be our first instance. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's jump right in. If self in eval self card group name, and this is in pop, and this is card group name in skeleton list tube. So this is skeleton list tube is hand melds play cards, pre-sort play cards, and red 3 meld. So hand meld and red 3 meld. So we got cards meld and red 3 meld. Check if that's in card group dictionary. We got hand, pre-sort, play, melds, and red 3 melds. So skeleton list tube is literally, and we can just like highlight here. So we got the hand, we got the play cards, pre-sort, and we have the red. So it looks like we are indeed matched up. Go ahead and replace this, since we know that making sure it's in and not. So we're gonna go ahead and go forward knowing that all the card groups that we would be dealing with here are in the card group dictionary. So we're just gonna change this eval. We'll copy this line. We'll comment the old version out, and this says for reference when handling pre-sort play cards, it does not enter this clause because that group only consists of cards, never melds. Okay, right, because if the self is in the card group, that means that the list is in the card, which is a list. So that means it's a meld group. Play cards is not a meld group. Okay, so we can change this from eval self card group name to self dot card group name dict at self dot card group name. So we have eval self card group name. Yep. So this is the same thing. Self card group name dict at self card group name is the same thing as eval self card group name. Alright, so we can go ahead and delete that, and let's double stamp of approval. If self is in the self card group name dict at self.card group name, and I think that's correct. Alright, let's go to the next instance. Alright, now we're in the clear function in the same file. We're dealing with the skeleton list tube, which is the same one we just dealt with, so we don't even have to check anything, and we can just literally copy this, and let's make sure it says in. If card name is in the skeleton list tube, double check it, make sure it is that same one. Hand, pre-sort, play cards, melds, and red 3 meld. Yep, that's the same one. So we're just gonna copy this line. We're gonna whoop, why did it change indentation? Oh, because yeah. So yeah, copy this one. Well, I should, to avoid that issue, I should copy it and then yeah, paste it above it so it doesn't modify the indentation and confuse me. Now we can change this from if self not in eval self card group name to, we're going to copy this right here, self card group name dict as self card group name, because that is indeed what we're going to replace it with. So it's going to be if self is not in self dot card group name dict at self card group name. Now we can verify, yep, that is the same thing. Card group name dict at self card group name, self card group name. Yep, and it's not prior or anything. It's gotta be careful though. Elif self is self card group name. So we're gonna copy this line. We're gonna paste it. Comment this one out. Go back up here. Copy this again. And change this to Elif self in eval card group name. Change it from that to self in card group name dict at card group name. Yeah, so self in dict at self card name. Yep. And you know, we could, I was gonna say, like, we could honestly make this really simple. I mean, it's done now, but I was gonna say, upon definition of the custom appendless class at the top, we could have assigned the card group. We could have made like a variable called card group, and the card group would just be equivalent to this. So card group name at card group name dict at card group name. So instead of having to like write this over and over, we could just, because we use it a lot. So anyway, is it the same thing? Elif self in eval self card group name is the same as self in card group name dict at card group name. Yep, that's the same exact thing. So now we can go ahead and double stamp approve that. Now we're using eval. What is this? Okay, getting a little sloppy here. Why did it skip? Oh, it didn't. Okay. Do not change. Eval self card name index self correctly versus meldum of the meld to be clear. Okay, so this needs to be changed. We're going to replace this because this is eval self card group name. This is just going to be replaced with self card group name dict at card group name. And I'm getting tired of saying it because it's such a long name. I'm getting tired of seeing it. It's too long. I need to create a variable there first to it. I'm just gonna finish these last two references though, and then we'll do that. So if length of eval of string name. So we have the string name. This checks. Let me look at the logic here. Card group name 3 is equal to hand. String name equals. Okay, so this is the means by which the hand wildcard ref list is populated or depopulated rather. In this case, there goes a banger. There goes a banger. Yeah. Oh, my timer wasn't on. I bought a timer off of Temu. I got a Temu timer. The little Temu timer. It was only a couple bucks, and it's for whenever I do working out on the heavy bag. It lets me know exactly. Look at that doofus. It lets me know exactly how long I've been working out for. So if I'm doing heavy bag work, I set it to 3 minutes, and then the timer goes off when the 3 minutes is up. 3 minutes is a long time, bro. Like professional boxers that fight 3-minute rounds, like 12 rounds, bro. You don't even know. That is so. It's insane, dude. It's insane, bro. It's actually bonkers. I mean, UPS does take a lot out of me, but still, dude, I do like 4 rounds, and I'm like done. You know, 4 rounds, and I'm like done, dude. Okay, back to work. So, string name is equal to card group name from 0 to 3. That's the P prefix, 1 or 2, plus hand wildcard ref list. So all we have to do here, we know how to fix this. We're gonna copy, we don't need to copy that. We'll just comment this out, and we're just gonna put, well, we'll copy these two. Copy these two. Comment them back out. Now we'll put this, and we're going to change this to say if length of from eval to string name to self.player.hand wildcards ref list. So if the length of that, which previously was the P1 or 2 prefix plus hand wildcard ref list, which is the same thing as this, is greater than 0, then we want to do self.player.hand wildcard ref list clear. Okay, easy. So this is the same exact thing. P1 or 2 plus hand wildcard ref list, and then we check if length of the eval of that string name, which is the actual card group, but in this case we could just refer directly to self.player, which is P1 or P2, that hand wildcard ref list, and then we'll say eval string name dot clear. So in this case we would say self.player and hands wildcard ref list, hand wildcard ref list clear. Yeah, this is correct. We're good here. So let's go ahead and put our double stamp of approval on this. Triple check it. Length self.player.hand wildcards ref list greater than 0. Self.player.hand wildcard ref list clear. String name. Yep, that's it. Alright, so we can get rid of that old code. And look at that, we reduced our code by 33%. I always get confused about percentages, like when you reduce it, like which one do you compare it from? Anyway, if you know, you know what I'm talking about. So what we're gonna do, see all these references to self card group name dig at self card group name. See this? Watch this. There's 9 instances of this. This is, look at that. I even did the exact same thing in the meld num oh wait, you know what? Hold up. I just realized like a critical bug. I just realized a critical security like data issue. So if we actually had so this is safe to do. I was gonna say we could assign the card group equal to the dictionary value, right? But if I did that at initialization, that would refer to the original card group before we reassigned it. And that is not good because that would be a bad reference. That would refer to an outdated, like a dead object. So I'm trying to think of a way to assign this. We could make it into a property itself. So we could do def card group, and it would just return the it would basically rerun this line, card group equals self card group every time we refer to the object. It would rerun that line, which would always ensure that it's referencing that dictionary's key value pair at that point in time, not some old definition. So I think we could, yeah, I want to do that. Yeah, let's do this. So we're gonna create a new property, calculated property, whatever you want to call it. So we'll just copy, copy this, because that's what we want. And it has to be at the same indentation level as the initializer. We're gonna change it to be called, well, let's start with the comment, which calculates the card group dynamically. And this is to ensure we are referring to the most up-to-date dict val assignments, the current card group. Yeah, and that was a little wordy, but it's fine. So we're gonna define card group, and it's gonna take in self, and then we're gonna say card group equals card group name dict at subcard group name, and then we're just gonna return card group. So this is basically like a function, but you know, that assigns card group. But instead of it being a function, like we don't have to treat it like a function. I don't really know if that's considered best practice. I think some programmers would maybe frown on this. They would do it differently. They would just make it an actual function called like get card group. Because you could say that this is kind of hidden. I don't think there's anything wrong with it personally. I think if you're a good programmer, you know to check for stuff like this, you know, unless you're just a dumbass like me, and you might not actually check it. What'd I do, bro? I just did something. Okay. So, let's review. Below section calculates the card group dynamically to ensure we are referring to the most updated dict val assignment, the current assignment of the card group. And really what we need to do is say if card group name is in self card group name dict. So this will verify that the card group name is in the card group name dict. And whenever you iterate through a dictionary, you are whenever you check what's in a dictionary, I'm pretty positive you're checking the keys, not the key value pair. You're looking to see if whatever you're checking for is in the keys of the dictionary. So it's not, you know, so we'll put D for dictionary, and then we're gonna just put A is gonna be 1, and then B is gonna be 2. So now we'll say if A in D, print true. Okay? And as you can, well, as we may be able to see, what if I, there it goes. Alright, so it printed true down here, as you can see. So yeah, it iterates through the keys, because I looked for A in D, and it found it. So, I don't really need a reminder, like write that down, I already know that. I just wanted to triple check, just to make sure. Always triple check. If you're not 100% sure, make sure. Alright, so this is a calculates card group dynamically. It checks if the card group name is in the card group name dict, and then it assigns card group equal to card group name dict at card group name, and then it's going to return the card group. Now, the issue here will be this may not apply to all of these instances. We would actually have to make a real function, because let's see, show you what I'm talking about here. So we have, let's look for this, we have 10 instances of that. So now we can just replace this with self is in self.cardGroup. And this is assuming that the card group is in the dict, but since we added in a check condition in the card group property getter, then we have nothing to worry about. So let's continue. So we have card name dict, at card group name, moving forward. Let's keep going. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking actually. I was thinking of a different set of terms. Yeah, this should work actually every time. So we have group. Alright, yeah, so we can go ahead and replace. I feel like this is gonna work. So what we'll do is we're gonna go to replace right here. We're gonna put self.cardGroup, And now this is going to refer to this property every time. So instead of having this stupid long name, I don't even want to say it again, we're just going to refer to self.cardGroup. So much easier. Yeah, so this is much better. And I'm pretty sure this is fine. So we're gonna move on to the next one. Yeah, so let me do Control F and then get rid of this. Now Control Shift F, back to eval. And actually, I want to test to make sure I didn't break anything real quick, because we just changed a lot of see this, I forgot to put self.cardGroup, and that's why how it changes colors makes it so much easier. It let me know, VS Code let me know that it wasn't right. I forgot to change that line. Yeah, self card group index of self. Cool. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to open up the terminal, and I'm going to test it to make sure I didn't break it. So we're going to cd to Canasta main. We're going to copy that. We're going to go down, paste it, down, paste it. We're going to go back up. We're going to do Pi server. We're going to open up the server. We're going to do Pi client. Now we're going to go down to the next one and do Pi client again. So now we have two clients open. Uh-oh. Alright, so we did get a crash. Let's see what happened here. So we have line 316 in dir check. Get adder attribute. Game object has no attribute text input active. Well, I wasn't expecting that error. That doesn't sound right. Of course it has that attribute. Take a little bit more my caffeine pill. A little bit more mushroom. And then a little bit more of my vitamina, which is got all kinds of shit in it. It's like focus factor. Get me going again. Make sure to spill water through the hole in my mouth. Alright. So let's go to client. Let's find this bug. Let's go to client. 316 is the line. Okay, so we're applying the data. How does get adder isn't subject adder name string? Game has no attribute. Text input active. Oh, see, I remember I changed this. I changed it to be because we were using eval on this, and instead of using eval, we opted to use get adder. And usually what what I do when I make changes is I copy the line, paste it, and then write the new form, and then leave the old form, comment it out directly below it. put a caution comment, so I know whenever I go to game test, I can see exactly what the line was before. But I didn't do that this time because I'm dumb. So now I have to pay the price because I don't remember exactly what the old code was that worked. So that's why it's always a good idea to leave a little copy of your old code, comment it out with a caution comment, um, until you until you test it and make sure it works. Because then, if it doesn't work, like in this case, you can go back and look and say, oh, well, this is what it was and this is what it is now. So it'll help you diagnose the issue. But since I didn't do that, I'm gonna have to just be smart. So we're getting the attribute, and the attribute is the isInstance object. Well, the isInstance object is going to be the class object, not the instance. It's going to be the class. So in this case, it's the game class, and it's saying the game object has no attribute text input active. Oh, okay. So it's because, let me test this real quick. I'm going to copy this line. I think I know what's going on here. We're going to open up test reminder. So we're going to create a class. We'll paste that line in. Now we're going to create class CLS def init self. We're going to have self.x equals 1. Now we're going to make c equal to CLS, an instance of the class, but now we're going to check, we're going to do adder value equals get adder, and the isInstance object in this case is going to be CLS, the actual class object. So we're going to get the attribute of the isInstance object, and the adder name string, in this case, we're going to assign to be, let's see, X. Whoops, I just messed up there. I'm a little sloppy. Okay. Now let's print the adder val. But we're probably going to get an error. Okay, so we got the same error. We got the attribute type object CLS has no attribute X. And that is because it is expecting, well, it's expecting this. You're doing get adder, but the adder doesn't exist. So it's going to return an error. That's what it does. Because at the class level, that attribute doesn't exist. It only exists at the instance level. But I don't know why that didn't throw an error before in its previous format. Let's see. So we're game and then 316, right? 316. No, that's not right. What was it? Client 316. Alright. So it's getting this adder. But why didn't it throw an error before? I don't understand. So yeah, text input active is indeed listed as one of the attributes this section is supposed to handle. Is it? Yeah. Close this, minimize that a little bit. Okay. If adder name string client time 2, else. If adder name string in time 2. Alright. Live if applied data. So it's going right here, and it's saying if get adder object time is greater than so okay. Then it checks apply data equal to true, and then it says adder val equals get adder is instance object adder name string. But since this might be a simple fix here. I might just need to scroll, put this line a little bit lower. Well, no, we can't do that. So what we're doing here, we're checking to see if the is instance object has that attribute string. If it has that attribute, and if this was to run before this, we would never get that attribute error, and that's the whole point of that. So I just wasn't paying attention, I guess, and added this adder val assignment up here, but it needs to be, well, it needs to just be in its explicit format like this, and we would put it inside of this is instance check. Because the way and works is it checks the first clause, the first part of the clause first. If this part is false, which in this case it would have been false, it's not even going to check the second clause, because that would throw this same error. But because it checks the has adder first, that returns false. I'm gonna try to check this one, which would, so it's a. So I'm gonna make sure we don't attribute error. So let's just copy this right here. Now we need to get rid of this line, and wherever adder val is, which is here, paste in. And I see why I wanted to, move it, because it's kind of hard to read. This instance get adder is instance name string. It's not terrible to read, but you'd be surprised at how much it makes to make things read, as far as like creating bugs and stuff. It really does make a difference. What I could do is I could check if this has adder is true first, and then I could check subsequently, instead of doing and, I could just divide it up into two. But this is fine. I'm just gonna leave it. It's no big deal. Okay. Yeah. It's not like fucking reading Shakespeare, It's not to that level of difficulty. So we're gonna run the server now. We're gonna run the client, and so it's good that I'm testing as I go instead of just making 1,000 changes before I test it. All right. We're gonna put the name. His name's J. His name's M. Well, they make a lovely pair. He's ready to play Canasta, and I'm ready to fucking finish this project. I don't know about you, but I'm so ready to be done with this. So ready. Okay, there we go. So we got that little visual bug going on. Pick your card from the stack. He picks this card. He picks that card. And there's going to be a delay. He got a king. And he got a queen. Okay, cool. King and queen. What a pair. Get it? King, queen, pair. Done. Alright. Got that delay, so it takes a little while for everything to process. I added that in on purpose. We'll remove it eventually. It's going to be one of the last things I do. Alright, so we're just making sure we don't have a crash. We're going to do a little playthrough. My eyes are like sleepy. I got like sleepy eyes. Yeah. Okay, so he got 2 red 3s. Oh, he had 3 red 3s. Damn. You got 3 red 3s. That means it's a bonus 300 points. My grandparents used to play this game, and my mother's side of the family, very Cajun family, and they would all get together, the family, and they would play Canasta. It's a really awesome card game. That's why I chose this project. I was just thought it'd be challenging and kind of cool. But all right, so he's gonna play cards. So you click play cards. Now he's gonna choose his cards. We're gonna wait for them to highlight. And uh-oh, something crashed. Whoop. Let's see what we got. Okay, so now it's in client at line 246. So I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna be something related to this eval change. So we have okay, let's see. Game object has no attribute. Clickable, clicked card. What do you mean? Clicked cards list. Oh, that's why it's white color. See that? It's actually supposed to be. It's clickable. Well, no, this one's right. Clickable card list. And then it's clicked cards list. Gotta be careful. So, this is supposed to be clicked cards. Plural. True that. Messed up there. See, it's got to be perfect, bro. If it ain't perfect, uh-oh. If it ain't perfect, it's gonna crash. Let's try this again. What is your name? J. What is your name? M. Moving forward. We're ready to play. It's like skateboarding today. I don't know. I might skateboard. Skate a little bit in the street. I haven't gone to the skate park in a while. It's been like a minute. Like 2 weeks. I was actually getting like decent again. And I'm just always too busy to go to the skate park and shit. Just got too much to do. Alright, he got a 5, he got an ace, and then the ace is gonna win, duh. Ace trumps 5, so he gets the first play. The delay makes it take forever. Alright, there we go. Dealing the deal, and this is online right now. This is completely online. This is transferring between the network, all this data. It's an actual online experience. It just so happens to be hosted both of the clients on my machine, but this is an online game. Okay, so Jay had, I thought he had 2 red 3s. I guess I saw that wrong, maybe. But yeah, he got a draw card, and then he had a red 3, so he true placement. Okay, so he got a 2. It's his turn to play. And now he's gonna click play cards, being me, and now we're gonna, there we go, there they are. Love seeing those cards highlight. The highlight of my day. Not quite, but whoa, something went wrong there. Why did it do that?